That's me, Kate.
You explained not everyone would like me.
Really? You want to go now?
A lot of people ask me what happened.
I don't have cancer.
I was born in Santiago de Chile.
Beautiful soul has speed.
You say in our language, Tichum, the pit pipe.
Imagine everything in a home. Now burn it.
What is goat yoga?
Go yoga.
And as I was heading home, I received a text of a big cloud of smoke.
Before my helpless sight plunges at me.
What the hell was that all about?
I don't know. I guess that old man tried to dine and dash.
With everything I'm trying to do with and for this community.
I want to climb Mount Hood because I want to be a part of a team of queer climbers.
It stopped. Yep. Check, check. Hello? Check. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Hello, friends, family. The reason why we just showed the trailer for the 9th Annual Klamath Independent Film Festival is that this year we're showing 47 films for our festival, the most we've ever done, and one of the films that we're watching today will be included in September's festival. My name's Kurt Lidke. I'm the Executive Director of Klamath Film. And hello to our live streaming audience as well, everyone who is watching us from the comfort of home. Thank you for being here. This should take less than an hour to get through. But this is the culmination of many months of preparation, 1 week of a whole lot of work, and then a month of kids going off and doing their own thing. And we get to see the end product of youth's creativity. This was the second year that Klamath Film has taught a film camp. Last year we were exclusively virtual because of COVID. This year we were able to do it here at the theater July 12th through the 16th. We had 15 middle school and high school students join us for an entire week. And it was very intensive, long hours and a lot of information. Kids came in having never made a film before, but having an interest in how films are made. So we talked about how to develop a story, how to write a script, how to use cameras, gimbals, lighting, audio, editing, acting, all the aspects to be able to go from initial idea to a finished film. Each day we were also joined by special guests from the Hollywood film industry. The first day, Tim Williams, who's the executive director of Oregon Film, the Oregon Film Office, joined us. And then at the end of the day, we were joined by a Hollywood screenwriter, Patrick Casey. Now, you may not know Patrick's name, but you probably know the films that he's made. Anyone see the Sonic the Hedgehog movie last year that made about $400 million? Patrick wrote that. And he talked to us for about half an hour about developing a story. The next day, they got to meet a producer, not just any film producer, one who grew up right here in Klamath Falls. For those of you who spent some time in the general vicinity of Mazama, as you turn off of South 6th and you're heading down Altamont, you pass by a sign and a closed shop that says Yankee Peddler. Anyone remember the Yankee Peddler bicycle shop? That was run by a gentleman named Bergen Swanson and his dad. And Bergen decided to get into the film industry after growing up here in Klamath. And he has now produced over 30 major Hollywood studio films. He's worked with people like Tom Hanks and Woody Harrelson. Most recently, he has a film that's on Netflix right now called Army of the Dead that he made with Zack Snyder. But he's also made films like Wild and 3 Billboards Over Ebbing, Missouri, Shame, Widows. He's working with Zack Snyder right now, and he might even be watching. If so, hi, Bergen. Hello. Well, hello from the Ragland, your old hometown. He joined us, and he talked to us about what it's like to go from Klamath to work in Hollywood. Wednesday, we were joined by an actor, Brian Sutherland, who was actually on set filming, stepped aside for half an hour to talk to us about acting and how different it is acting on stage versus acting when there's a camera right in front of your face. Thursday, we were joined by a director, Taylor Morden, who will actually be here next month for the Klamath Independent Film Festival. He has a film in it this year. You may know some of his work. He does a lot of great documentary work. There's a film he made called The Last Blockbuster that we showed at last year's film festival. And now it's been all over Netflix. It's been super popular because The Last Blockbuster is located in Bend, Oregon. And then the last day we were joined by Alex Mirwald, a Hollywood editor who's worked on things like the ESPN 30 for 30 films. So every day kids got a chance not only to learn about how to use a camera and how to write a story and how to act on camera, but also to hear every day from people who do it for a living, day in, day out, and have been quite successful at it. They got to hear about different career paths, because it's not just an actor and a director. There's cool jobs like Foley, which your kid can tell you all about, or being a stunt driver, or a grip, or a gaffer. They know what those positions mean. When you watch a movie and you see the end credits last for 10 minutes, there's a reason why there's so many names going by. Film is a collaborative process, and it was wonderful to see all of the kids' films. All of them were a collaborative process with friends and family. Kids came out of here learning a lot. They learned what a dead cat is. And it's not what you think it is. In fact, we had fights, I thought, almost over who would get to use the dead cat. They learned about the single most important tool that you can possibly have in a camera bag, a penny. You never, ever take a camera bag anywhere without having a penny in the bag. We fought over things like we had a competition to see who could hold their arms up the longest. Carly in the back there ended up holding her arms up for an entire hour to win, to be our audio person. Because when you work audio, this is what you do on set all day. Holding a boom pole all day long with your arms up. So we had a tremendous week. Not every kid was able to finish a film for today's showcase, but we had 5 of our 15 students complete films that we're going to get to watch today. We also got to do a group project that we called MacGuffin, and your kids can tell you what a MacGuffin is. It's actually an old term that Alfred Hitchcock made famous in movie making. We had some issues with our MacGuffin filming on Friday. I wouldn't call it a fire, but we did have fire trucks come to the theater, and we were temporarily evacuated. We also had some issues where some of the footage that we shot was actually deleted, which changed our ending to the film. So it comes out a little bit more like a Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail style madcap ending. So just so you know, we're going to watch that project first, called MacGuffin. But we had an extraordinary week, and I am so proud of the kids that were involved in this. They tried so hard, whether they finished a film project or not. Hopefully, this showed them that they have a new creative outlet, that they have a new way, whether they choose to make films going forward or they want to start their own YouTube channel or Instagram or TikTok. It is a new way for them to be able to express themselves creatively. Now, none of this would have happened without help. It wasn't just me. We had some great volunteers. Heidi Hug and Court Canick are both here. They volunteered for the camp. The staff at the Ross Ragland were incredible. We also got grant and sponsorship support from the Cow Creek Umpqua Indian Foundation, the Wan Young Trust, the Southern Oregon University Digital Cinema Program, the Walmart Community Foundation, the Oregon Community Foundation, and the Klamath Falls City School District. Without them, we would not have had a film camp. Now, I'm sure some of the parents were happy to get the kids out of the house for a week, but through them, we were able to get equipment that the kids were then able to borrow and use to make their own films. And we were able to pay for everything so that all the kids that participated, the camp was 100% free. So that was really, really important to us, that kids who wanted to have an opportunity to learn about film could do so. So how we're going to work this is, first we're going to show our group project. On the last day of our camp, we shot a film together called MacGuffin. Every single kid in the camp participated, whether they were in front of the camera or behind the camera. They were running our clapboard, they were running our cameras, they were running our microphones, they were doing our lighting, they helped out with the script. The only thing I did was point them in the right direction. This is their group film, their group project, with a little bit of a different ending than what we thought we would have. So with that, I would like to introduce our first film, our group project from the 2021 Klamath Independent Film, Klamath Film Youth Film Fellowship. It's a mouthful. The film MacGuffin. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hey, I can't find the thing. Have you seen it at all? No? Can't open without it. Do you mind looking and helping out? Thanks.
Okay, showtime is soon, and I don't suppose you have the thing, don't you? Okay.
Excuse me, do you have the thing? I know people are looking for it.
I heard the thing was missing. Do you have the thing? You better go find it.
Oh man, where's that thing?
Isn't it almost showtime?
What is that thing?
Maybe it's in the theater. Come on.
I've been expecting you.
I'll never give you the thing.
So we need it for the show.
Oh, you do? Here you go.
Thank you.
Hey, did you find the thing? Thank you so much.
All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.
Films, and one of them is a MacGuffin. Can you explain what a MacGuffin is?
Yes, a MacGuffin you see in most films about spies. It is a thing that the spies are after. In the days of Rudyard Kipling, it would be the plans of the fort on the Khyber Pass.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the plans of an airplane engine and the plans of an atom bomb, anything you like. It's always called the thing that the characters on the screen worry about, but the audience don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And someone asked, what is a MacGuffin? And it's described in a scene in an English train going to Scotland, and one man says to the other opposite him, he said, what's that package above your head there? And the other man said, oh, that's a MacGuffin. He said, well, what is a MacGuffin? He said, well, it's an apparatus for trapping lions in the Scottish Highlands. The man said, but there are no lions in the Scottish Highlands. He said, then that's no MacGuffin.
Thank you for clearing that up for us.
Okay, that was our group project. Hope you enjoyed that. We shot that in a single day with an unanticipated evacuation of the facility while a fire department crew showed up, and we still managed to figure out a way to do it. I want to stress how difficult it is to make a film. It is, whether you're doing it by yourself or whether it's a multi-million-dollar Hollywood blockbuster, it is a collaborative effort. It is one that is extremely difficult, takes long hours to do, but it can also be incredibly rewarding. I am so proud of the kids that participated in the camp that you saw there, as well as the ones who made films. Because for every single one of our filmmakers, I believe it is the very first film that they've ever made. For some of them, today may be the only time that they ever have a film shown up on a big screen of a theater. I think that's pretty amazing. I think all of them deserve a huge round of applause just for being able to complete a film. Also, one of them today is going to win a $100 cash prize, and their film will be automatically included in the Klamath Independent Film Festival, September 17th through the 19th here at the Ross Ragland. We will announce that at the end. That was determined by a panel of judges. I got my final votes in just a little while ago to determine who our winner is. But someone's walking away with an envelope of money. So we'll see who gets that. So our first film up, and I do have a second microphone up here on stage. There's also a microphone over there on the side. We wanted to be able to do a short little Q&A with each of the filmmakers where they could explain kind of their thought process, talk about what it was like to make their very first film. So our first film is by Miley. It's called Never Fully Clean, or I guess it changed to The Cleaning It Never Ends as the title. So Miley, when the film is done, if you'd please come up and join me for a little bit, I'd appreciate it. And then if anyone has a question for Miley afterwards, there's a microphone right there. So with that, let's see the first of our student films, The Cleaning Never Ends by Miley.
The house clean before they arrive. Oh my gosh, no! I'm gonna go take a shower. Make some? Finally, I feel clean. What the heck? Clean this house. That's better. What in tarnation is this? Today, nothing's going my way. I mean, I had to clean constantly. What the heck? Are you guys the ones who've been making all those messes around the house?
High five! Yeah!
Did you guys do it? Did you make those messes? You kids did it! I win! The house will never be dirty again!
Cut.
Check, check. Miley, congratulations. You just had your very first film ever made shown at a theater. Some professional filmmakers wait years for that to happen, and for some, that never happens. So congratulations. Your very first time making a film. Tell us about how you came up with the story for it.
So, my dad, he works in a shop. He's constantly making messes, and that makes me have to clean it up, or someone in the house. So that's kind of what it was about.
From a filmmaking perspective, I loved the camera movement that you put in. There was a lot of movement. There wasn't static shots where the camera's sitting still, and you used what's called hard light to show the evil ones at the end. Ever think about when you were a kid, maybe you held a flashlight directly under your chin to get those shadows on your face? That's a hard light versus a soft light, like what we have right now to illuminate us. And you did a great job of using hard light to show the evil ones that were causing all of the messes. So great job on that. It's really important to note that first-time filmmakers, think of like the icons of filmmaking. Let's take George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. They didn't just suddenly show up and instantly make Star Wars and Jaws. They started by making films with their family and friends in their homes, in their backyards, just messing around. And that's largely what this was. This was an opportunity to work with family. Hopefully it was a fun thing. I know it was stressful, I'm sure, to have to do it, but did you have fun making the film?
It was fun, but the editing sucks, and I hate editing so much. I probably said that like 600 times while I was editing.
Editing is the hardest part of filmmaking, and so I understand. But congratulations on making a film and your very first film. How cool is it that you get to see your very first film ever on an actual theater screen?
It's terrible. I hated it.
If anyone has a question for Miley, there's a microphone right over there if you want to ask something about her film. And if not, Miley, thank you for being here and thank you for joining us. And we'll go on to our next film, which is Scare Me by Lennon Heaton. Lennon is actually in Mexico right now. He couldn't join us, but hopefully he's watching online. But doesn't look like that there's any questions. Miley, is there anything else about the film itself that you want to say about it or experience from it? How about from the week? You know, we came in maybe liking movies, and then at the end of the week, you walked away with how much knowledge of how films are made and all that.
I don't know. There's not much to say.
Well, I know that you want to be an actress, and maybe knowing a little bit more about how things work behind the camera will make you better in front of the camera, too.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, thank you, Miley, for your film. Thank you for being a part of the camp. Our next film is called Scare Me by Lennon Heaton. Thank you very much, Miley. Lennon is not here with us, but this is film 2 of our 5 student films.
Day before Halloween, you'll be brutally murdered by a man in a white mask.
I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh my gosh. It's okay. I'm just a little jumpy today.
Sorry, Marie. Didn't mean to scare you. Should I wear this mask for Halloween?
Sure, Josh. Whatever you want.
The day after Halloween, you'll be brutally murdered by a man in a green mask.
Hello. Thank you, Steve. Hopefully Lennon got a chance to watch that, or some of his family and friends are watching online, or they'll be able to see the recording later. Our next film is 223 by Carly Peoples. Carly took it one step further. Carly used green screen. So not only was she a first-time filmmaker trying to produce a story, but she used a very technical skill and effect that's used in a lot of films, but it is so hard to do right. And I think she did a terrific job with utilizing green screen. She made it even harder than everyone else by using green screen. So let's enjoy 223 by Carly Peoples. Check, check. Carly, could you come down just for a quick minute? That is what, Carly and I talked a lot over the course of the week about experimental filmmaking and abstract filmmaking. She said she's a big fan of Tim Burton. So if people like The Nightmare Before Christmas or Edward Scissorhands, she wanted to make something along that same style, telling the story of a puppet and a puppeteer. And we went back and forth a lot trying to figure out what is the best way to represent a puppeteer physically reaching into the puppet's head and adding things. And we figured out, well, what if we just green screen the top of the person's head? And then you could have that cut off, and then the person can kind of reach in. So, Carly, first of all, congratulations on making your first ever film.
Thank you.
So, what was the filmmaking experience like for you?
I mean, it was really fun, but it was a bit stressful sometimes.
It is a very especially when it's your very first film. It's an incredibly stressful process. But getting to see the end product up on a big screen, pretty cool, right?
No, it's absolutely terrifying.
Is everyone going to say it's terrifying?
I thought I might pass out watching that. I did not like seeing that.
I think you did a fantastic job, Carly. Congratulations on making your very first ever film, and hopefully it is the first of more to come. Do you want to explain a little bit about kind of the story behind it and what you were trying to convey on screen?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know completely if I was able to convey it so much, but I kind of wanted to draw a lot of attention to food and some of the struggles that I've had with associations with food.
Okay. Great. And then the whole puppet versus puppeteer thing was a concept that we talked about quite a bit that you wanted to develop. But then physically having a puppeteer reach into the mind of the puppet and work with that. Were you happy with how you were able to figure out how to do that? Because I know we went back and forth a lot trying to figure out how can we best show a puppet and a puppeteer kind of working side by side.
I mean, I think it turned out pretty well for how much time I had and how much I was able to work on it. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.
Is this something you'd like to try again someday?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm really interested in this. So I'm asking my parents to get me some sort of thing set up so I can continue making films.
Well, I know your parents are watching right now. So
yeah, very nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Well, I thought that, it's hard enough to make your first film, but to do something that's very experimental and avant-garde and very artistic is a whole other level of difficulty. And then adding in green screen from a technical standpoint, what you accomplished in less than a month for your very first film is extraordinary.
Thank you.
So good job. Does anyone have any questions for Carly? If not, then our next film. Thank you, Carly, so much for being here. Our next film is called What News? And it was by JL. And the concept for it was, we've all had autocorrects go awry on our phones when texting, right? What would happen if autocorrect took over an entire news broadcast? Here is What News by JL.
Good morning, America. This is Rachel reporting to you live from WHAT News. In local news, this morning a fight broke out at the courthouse on the weekends. In the morning at the park, where we were parked at the church park, and park on here in the front hall. And then I got a vote for a vote in the hall, and then the park is near me dead, and I don't have to go hunt. I guess I don't know if anyone wants me dead or something. And now to JL with WHAT weather.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to WHAT News. We apologize. We are having technical difficulties with our teleprompter and hope to have it fixed by the end of the broadcast. Now back to JL.
Thank you, Rachel. Today and currently we're having some rain. Today we should expect some crazy weather because later it's probably going to do some
sun, and then clouds, and then sun again, maybe some wind, tornadoes, all that stuff. And that's pretty much weather for today. So, back to Rachel.
Thank you, JL. And now we go to Naomi with a WHAT sports report.
Thank you, Rachel. Yesterday, a riot broke out at the basketball game, and the other day I saw a lot on my left hand, and the other hand went on me to be happy. To help me with my family, so happy for me to see the kids in the church together. I was just praying for you all. I did, and you are so welcome. Thank goodness, thank love for your loss of you all. My prayers for your family, and praying for you and your family, and praying for you and your family. Merry, merry, happy, happy, merry, merry, happy, merry birthday. And back to Rachel.
Thank you, Naomi. Yesterday, a Nerf gun fight broke out between angry pandas at the noisy animal zoo, and was wondering how about the jacket brown, teal, and orange-red dude jeans, blue skirt birthday, and red, yellow, black lion, and red, black iguana, purple and orange, black snake, green and red, gray moose pudding, white, pink, red, blue. And back to JL with our newest weather update.
Thank you, Rachel. So, we are enjoying some sunny weather, and so... As I was saying... Oh my goodness! Oh my... I think I might need an umbrella. Oh my... Ah! Ah! Oh, he's so cute. Ah! Ah! I'm getting clobbered! Ah! Ah! Help! Ah! Ah! Okay, back to Rachel!
Thank you, JL. This has been WHAT News. Always right, always real, always caring how you feel. See you later, America.
See JL's coming down. One thing that I love about that film and all of our films today is that every single one of these was a family project. They got siblings, they got parents, they got friends all involved to work either behind the camera or in front of the camera. It's been a weird year. It's been a long summer. And hopefully this was something that was positive and fun for an entire family to be able to do together. I really hope that for those of you who were involved in making these films, you not only get to see them for the finished product, but you get to enjoy the making of and getting a chance to have a fun and productive and a healthy, hopefully healthy, family project that you can all do together in your home. So JL, congratulations on making your first ever film.
Thank you.
The idea of having a news broadcast go haywire, where did that come from?
I just We were just brainstorming ideas for a really long time because I could not think of anything. And it was actually my sister who had the idea, so we just went off it because it was like cutting close to time. So.
And then coming up with the script itself, you just kind of let Google just regurgitate out random words, or was it autocorrect, or how did you do it?
So we took like our phones and we just typed the auto sentence, like words that are suggested.
Mm-hmm.
So we just did that.
There's actually been some really fun videos made that are available on YouTube where people take scripts from some of their favorite films and they send them into a computer program, and it's supposed to write a script based on ingesting all like Star Trek and Star Wars, all this, and then it's supposed to make a sci-fi film, and then the actors try to actually make the film based on what the computer spit out, and it's always just total insanity. But did you have fun making this? Because it looked like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were trying not to laugh really hard.
I bet with that script you probably ruined a lot of takes where you're saying such absurd things that you started giggling, right?
We were about to put in bloopers, but then it was too like long, so yeah.
But you have a lot of memories of making that and all of those funny stories. So now, do you think you're ever going to try to make another film?
Probably.
You had fun making it, so now it's just a matter of having an idea for it and figuring out what you want to make next. Your very first film that you ever made got to show on a big screen and be live streamed out, and not a lot of people get to say that. That's pretty cool, right? Or are you going to say terrifying like everyone else?
Sometimes I get stage fright, so it's kind of like scary-ish, but not. But like, I don't know, it's just it's hard to explain.
Well, I am so proud of you for sticking with us throughout the entire week, because I know it was a tough week. There was a lot of information thrown at these kids, a lot of stuff that they had to absorb in a very short time, but I think you did a great job of sticking with it, listening carefully, learning things, and we can see the end product of getting to learn so much from when you came in on Monday to Friday to be able to make. Would you have been able to make anything even close to that had you not been a part of the camp?
Probably not.
Well, hopefully you can take that knowledge and that experience and we get to see your next film, whenever and wherever that may be.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a question for JL before we see our very last film?
Well, I told my sisters to be serious, but that's basically all I said to them. So.
One of the hardest things to do as an actor is be serious when something is supposed to be funny. But if they start laughing, it makes it not funny. So you have to be serious in the delivery, and that's what makes it funny. If you start laughing, then it's not funny. So I thought that everyone did an extraordinary job. I think the finished product is amazing. For a very first-time filmmaker, I think you did a terrific job. All of our filmmakers did an unbelievable job. For the very first time, a lot of them picking up a camera, knowing how to make a script, putting all of it together. JL, congratulations. And our very last film is called Sunday by Jonas Southwell. And afterwards, we will announce who our winner is. Congratulations, JL.
Really, Dad?
Jonas, if you could come up here for a minute. We had 15 students participate in our camp. Those are the 5 films that students were able to complete within the timeline that we gave them. But hopefully the other students that weren't able to finish films still have aspirations of someday being involved. There's so many opportunities in film, and it is such an incredible creative outlet. Jonas, congratulations on making your very first ever film, right?
Yeah, it is my very first film.
Very first film. And you get to show it on a big screen. Don't tell me it was terrifying like everyone else.
It was really fun. My favorite part was editing, though.
Editing? Okay, great. So some of the stuff that you learned over the course of the week of our film camp, what were you able to apply to this?
It's not as hard to make a small film as it seems for me.
Mm-hmm. So the story idea here of your dad waking up thinking he has to go to work, but instead it's still the weekend, where did that come from?
Oh, we were brainstorming. At first it was going to be me going to school, but it was actually Sunday, but we changed it to Dad because it'd be more funny. And I like funnier movies, so that's where I got the inspiration from.
From a filmmaking standpoint, in this film, I thought you had a couple of really good shots. You had some close-ups to you zooming in on your face, and then with a big eyebrow lift, like, huh, what? You had some close-ups on a coffee mug, and you had great camera movements throughout. That is really hard to do, folks. If you've never made a film, all of our filmmakers, the way that they were able to utilize camera movement and lighting and getting focus in on the right shots, that takes skill, that takes experience, that takes repetition, and these kids knocked it out of the park on the very first try. Do you have a favorite part of your film?
I liked it all, really. My dad was a really good actor.
Yeah. Does anyone have a question for Jonas? Well, you're right next to the microphone.
But I don't like the microphone. So, I was just curious because it's a super short film, and I agree with Kurt that you had some really good camera work and everything, and you had really smooth shots. So I was just curious how many shots or how much of like your original film was it to get it to shrink down to what we just saw?
Well, maybe it was 4 minutes, and then now it's like 1 minute and 30 seconds.
And that happens a lot. I told them, don't feel like you have to include everything in a film. Normally, my rule is that when I'm making a video, if I use more than 5 to 10% of what I filmed, I'm doing something wrong. And that's just part of the editing process. You learn how you can tell a short, quick, concise story in as short of a time as possible. And all of these kids did a great job in telling a story within a limited time frame. Anything else you want to say about your film before we announce our awards and call it a day?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay, we'll go ahead and put the mic away. Jonas, congratulations on making your very first film. So we've now reached the end where we get to announce who walks away with a $100 cash prize, and their film will be included in the 9th Annual Klamath Independent Film Festival that's coming up September 17th through the 19th right here at the Ross Ragland, and also live streaming the entire festival. We will be showing 47 films this year. That is the most that we've ever shown. Our festival doesn't really have a theme. You know, some festivals are comedy or horror or animation. Our festival is exclusively made in Oregon films. And we are so proud of our lineup of films. For those of you who are here, if you want, we are selling tickets to the Klamath Independent Film Festival in the lobby. We will also have Klamath Film memberships. I also need to make an announcement before we announce our award winner, and that is that I am stepping down as executive director of Klamath Film. I'm taking on a new job in October, and I am so proud of these kids, and I'm so proud of the work we've accomplished as an organization. But it's not something that I can continue to do. So I hope to still stick with the organization going forward. Sorry, that kind of came out of nowhere. But we are actively looking to hire a new executive director. So if someone is interested in leading a really fun, really engaging nonprofit organization here in Southern Oregon, we are actively looking for someone who has interest in grants, overseeing an arts and culture-based organization. And I hope to not travel very far. I hope to still be very engaged and involved going forward. So with that, our board of directors looked at all 5 of our student films, and they voted on which one was their favorite. Our favorite, who will receive $100 and have their film shown at the Klamath Independent Film Festival, is Sunday by Jonas Southwell. Jonas, come on up. Jonas, congratulations. And congratulations to all of our filmmakers. All of them did just an extraordinary job. First time ever picking up a camera and trying to make a film. Jonas, there's $100 for you, and we even have a little award trophy for you as well. Good job. Anything that you want to say? You said, thank you for teaching me all of this. This was awesome. And this was awesome. Thank you all of you for joining us and getting to see the finished product. Thank you to all of our grantees and our sponsors who made the film camp possible. Whether these kids go on and they end up becoming a professional filmmaker, or they just simply start their own YouTube channel or make a couple videos for Instagram, it's a learning experience that they may not have otherwise had. It's an extraordinary experience, and now these kids have an all-new creative outlet that they can pursue. For the kids who were in middle school, as you head on to high school, if you attend either Falcon Heights, Klamath Union, or Eagle Ridge, all 3 of those high schools have a digital media program where they will teach you more about filmmaking and photography and whatnot. So if this was fun, if this was engaging, if you feel like you learned something from Klamath Film, just know that in high school, you can learn even more. And who knows, maybe someday Bergen Swanson and Sky Borgman, who's a filmmaker in LA who graduated from KU, Laura Oliver, who graduated from Bonanza and is now an actress, or James Ivory, who not only is considered the greatest independent filmmaker of all time, an Academy Award winner, a Klamath Union High School graduate. So hopefully, maybe one of these kids in a few years' time will also be holding an Oscar. For now, Jonas's tiny little trophy is the closest that we're going to get. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this. I'll be happy to talk to everyone afterwards. Thank you to everyone who joined us on the live stream, and congratulations to every kid that made a film. And if you're interested in joining us again a month from now for the Klamath Independent Film Festival, we would love to see you here September 17th through the 19th. Thank you, everybody.
That's me, Kate.
You explained not everyone would like me.
Really? You want to go now?
A lot of people ask me what happened.
I don't have cancer.
I was born in Santiago de Chile.
Beautiful soul as we speak.
You say in our language, Tichum, the pit time.
Imagine everything in a home. Now burn it.
No,
What is goat yoga?
Goat yoga. And as I was heading home, I received a text of a big cloud of smoke.
Before my helpless sight plunges at me.
What the hell was that all about? I don't know. I guess that old man tried to dine him back.
With everything I'm trying to do with and for this community.
I want to climb Mount Hood because I want to be a part of a team of queer climbers.